Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to make a traditional baklava. Let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so for this recipe I'm going to be using chilled Filo pastry, which you can buy in the supermarket. It's not frozen and the sheets are ready to be used. And we're also going to be needing a rectangular tray. I'm using this one here, which is approximately the same size as each of these sheets. Now just in a little saucepan here, I've got 600 grams of salted butter. Now just put this to melt. You can microwave it if you prefer, it's up to you. Now what we need to do is approximately half our sheets. Doesn't have to be exact, just estimate it. So I'm thinking about there, just so we can separate the top from the bottom. Now I've just cut a piece of cooking paper and just going to put that in the base. I'll try to get it to the exact right size just to make it easy for us. And we'll just go ahead and put some cooking spray on as well, and on the sides. Okay, so now we can begin. So we'll start by getting one sheet of our Filo pastry. Now remember to be very gentle with these, as they do break apart very quickly. And just place that in there like that. And you want to fit it in like that perfectly and push the sides down. But remain very gentle with it or it will break apart. Okay, so now once you put your first sheet, go ahead and bring your butter. Mine hasn't completely melted, but I'll use some of it, then I'll put it back on the heat. So basically we want to spread the butter all over the pastry like that. Now it doesn't have to be heavily saturated, but try to get it well covered. Just like that. So once you've done that, go ahead and grab another piece of your pastry and we'll place that on top as well. Just like that. And repeat the same process again and butter it. So basically all we're doing is repeating the same process until those sheets are finished. Once they're finished, we'll get working on the filling. So repeat again. Okay guys, so just so I'm not boring you, I'm just going to stop here. I'll continue doing it, and once we get to where we have to put the fillings, I'll go ahead and show you. Okay, so that's our bottom layer finished, like so. So now what we're going to do is work on the fillings. Now, you can use any sort of nuts for this. The traditional way is to use walnuts, which is what I'm going to do. So just into a little food processor, I'm going to put about 2 cups of walnuts. Now what you can even do is mix it and put walnuts and almonds and peanuts, for example. It's totally up to you, depending on your taste. Now to our walnuts, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. A teaspoon of cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of ground cloves. This is what gives it that really nice spiciness. And about a quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Now, when we process these, we don't want them fine like a powder. We just want them crushed up, so do it very gently. So like that. You can go like more if you want, but you want to be able to actually taste those nuts. So now all we want to do is spread these nuts all across the pastry like that. And make sure you get a good even coverage. Okay, so that's how it looks. We've got a beautiful coverage there. So all we're going to do now is continue with our pastry and finish off the top layer. Now this first layer on top of the nuts is always a bit tricky, so you have to be very gentle with it. But then after that it will get easier. Okay, so I'll tell you guys once again, I'm not going to bore you and show you how to put every single sheet on. So once the sheets are finished, I'll come back and show you what to do. Okay, so this is the final layer. So any remaining butter you have left over, just pour it all over the top like that. And we'll spread that as well. Don't worry, it will all get saturated all the way to the bottom, so don't freak out. Okay. So now, we have to cut this before we put it in the oven. So in the meantime, preheat your oven to about 180 degrees Celsius. Now, the way I find easy to cut this is basically do it in diagonal. So if we start from this end here and come all the way to this side. You can obviously do whatever shape you want, but we'll go for a traditional look. And then we'll do one more this side diagonally. And now what we'll do is we'll go to the side like that. Okay, so now we'll go again like this, and as you can see we've got these beautiful diamond shapes. We'll be a bit gentle there, and we'll repeat again here. Okay, so as you can see we've got all these beautiful diamond shapes now. Now what I personally like to do is sprinkle some crushed pistachio on the top as well, like that. This is completely up to you. If you don't like pistachio, you don't have to do it. Or you can even use like a walnut or a peanut, whatever you prefer. It just makes it look very nice and elegant. As you can see, it makes a big difference. So guys, once your oven's preheated, go ahead and pop this in. We're going to leave this in for about half an hour, and then we'll come back and check on it. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to make our syrup. So just into a small saucepan, we're going to add 1.5 cups of white sugar. I'm going to add 6 full cloves, 1 cinnamon stick, 1.5 cups of water, about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and we're also going to add about a 1/4 cup of honey. I'm just using an organic one. Okay, now we're going to put this on a low heat and we're going to bring it to the boil. Okay guys, so once you've got a gentle boil going like that, just continue stirring and turn it to a medium heat. And we're going to want to cook this for about 10 minutes just so that it thickens up a bit. So you can just leave it there. Okay, so it's been half an hour with our baklava, so we'll just check on it. So as you can see, we've got a beautiful brown color. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch the oven off, but leave it in there, because if we bring it out, it will pretty much just go into shock. So we'll switch the oven off and leave it in there. Okay, so after about 5 minutes, go ahead and bring it out. And we'll just leave it outside to let that cool a bit. Once it's cooled, then we can go ahead and pour the syrup on top. Okay, so 10 minutes have passed now. As you can see, it's thickened up. So we'll go ahead and turn the heat off. And we've got a nice, beautiful syrup. So what we need to do now is discard the cloves and the cinnamon stick, and then we'll go ahead and pour it all over the baklava. Okay, so we want to evenly cover it. Now, it might look like too much to you, but it is all going to be absorbed. It will take like about an hour or two, but if it's not syrupy enough, it's not going to work out. Okay, so just move it to the side a little bit, just to make sure everything's soaked up nice. So just set that aside. Now do not put it into a fridge, make sure it's in a dry place. And we'll come back in about an hour and we'll check up on it.